The Royal Rumble is one of the biggest holy grails in WWE history. I love you. One where the winner goes on to challenge a world champion, usually at WrestleMania. But while it seems as if winning the Royal Rumble is a wrestler's ticket to the top of the company, that's far from the truth. In fact, just 53% of Royal Rumble winners went on to convert to world title wins.
Hey, yo, what the?
Compare that to 83% of Money in the Bank winners who have cashed in their Money in the Bank briefcases successfully. Becoming a world champion from winning the Royal Rumble is far from a sure thing. And for the record, WWE superstars who won world titles in the Royal Rumble only to lose their titles at WrestleMania, like Ric Flair in '92 and Triple H in 2016, don't count on this list. But failing to win the world title coming out of the Royal Rumble is an age-old tradition, one that actually started in the unstoppable Yokozuna. Yokozuna won the 1993 Royal Rumble and actually did go on to win the WWF Championship against Bret Hart in the main event of WrestleMania 9. But in an infamous moment, Hulk Hogan, sporting a gnarly black eye, walked out to challenge Yokozuna, like a Money in the Bank cash-in decades before the briefcase was even invented. Yokozuna accepted the challenge, and in a very quick match, Hulk Hogan beat Yokozuna and sent the Caesars Palace crowd home happy in what was actually one of the worst WrestleManias of all time. Yokozuna went on to regain the WWF Championship from Hulk Hogan later that year at King of the Ring 1993. This was Hulk Hogan's last pay-per-view match in WWF until he returned to the company in 2002. WWF tried to move on from Hulk Hogan with Lex Luger, giving Luger a mega push with an All-American World Tour. WWF shoved Luger down fans' throats whether they liked it or not. But with Luger tied with the more popular Bret the Hitman Hart to win the Royal Rumble in '94, he was rewarded with a disqualification loss at WrestleMania 10. Once again to Yokozuna after fending off one heel manager after another. Mr. Perfect, wearing, well, whatever this is, called the match as Luger went in for the pin. That's okay, Lex. Yoko went on to lose that night to fellow Royal Rumble winner Bret Hart, who went on to become a legend in WWE. Luger, on the other hand, withered away, wound up in WCW, and actually carved out a pretty respectable career for himself. In 1995, the tradition of Royal Rumble winners losing at WrestleMania continued when Shawn Michaels became the first WWE superstar to win the Royal Rumble from the #1 spot. Not only did Michaels not headline WrestleMania 11 against Diesel in '95, he actually lost in what was one of Diesel's best matches. All is well because Michaels won the '96 Royal Rumble as a babyface and lived out his boyhood dream in a so-so Iron Man match against Bret Hart that was an hour long. Stone Cold Steve Austin, the greatest Royal Rumble competitor ever, began catching fire as a babyface in '97, and that all started when he cheated to win his first of 3 Royal Rumbles in '97. This was the only Royal Rumble that he didn't convert into a world championship because due to his cheating, Austin competed for the WWF title in a fatal 4-way match against Bret Hart, Undertaker, and Big Van Vader at In Your House 13. Bret Hart won that match, but after dropping the title to Psycho Sid the very next night, he faced Steve Austin at WrestleMania 13 in one of the greatest matches of all time. One that sparked a double heel turn and helped solidify Steve Austin as the biggest babyface in the business. In 1999, the Mr. McMahon character was in full swing and was feuding with Stone Cold Steve Austin. One of the most pivotal moments of this feud was Mr. McMahon winning the '99 Royal Rumble from the #2 spot by playing cat and mouse with Steve Austin. McMahon didn't go on to challenge The Rock for the WWF Championship. Instead, then Commissioner Shawn Michaels awarded the world title opportunity to runner-up Steve Austin, who defeated The Rock in a great WrestleMania 15 main event in Philadelphia. Speaking of The Rock, Rock won one of the most entertaining Royal Rumbles in history in Madison Square Garden back in 2000. But because his feet touched the floor, WWE just had to change the WrestleMania 2000 main event. As a result, the WrestleMania 2000 main event was A fatal four-way with the McMahon in every corner. In Rock's corner was Vince McMahon, who, of course, screwed The Rock by hitting him with a steel chair, handing Triple H the win. This was the first time in WrestleMania history that a heel walked out in the main event as the winner. That's right, there was no Hulk Hogan to save this one. He was still 2 years away. After a 7-year hot streak from Royal Rumble winners who successfully converted the Rumble wins into world titles, John Cena shocked the world in 2008. That year, Cena returned early from pec surgery to win a star-studded Royal Rumble, also in Madison Square Garden. Cena defeated Randy Orton in a WWE title match at No Way Out, but by disqualification. He then received a rematch, but went on to lose to Triple H and Randy Orton in a triple threat at WrestleMania 24. Can't win them all, right, Cena? Speaking of Randy Orton, Orton won the Royal Rumble in 2009 from the number 8 spot with help from Legacy. Let's go, Cody! Yeet. Orton spent almost an hour in the Rumble, winning the event and unsuccessfully challenging Triple H at WrestleMania 25. H and Orton not follow that match. Orton failed to win the WWE title. The next year, Edge returned to win the Royal Rumble in 2010, only to lose to Chris Jericho at WrestleMania 26 in Arizona. I know this because not only is it on Wikipedia, but I was there live, and when Jericho won, the building was shocked. Edge got his WrestleMania revenge by beating 40-man Royal Rumble winner Alberto Del Rio at WrestleMania 27 in what would prove to be Edge's last match until he returned at the Royal Rumble in 2020. Speaking of returns, Batista returned to WWE in 2014 and seemed to have everything laid out for him. But this was a different WWE than the one he left in 2010. These fans had minds of their own.
How dare they?
And they weren't afraid to use them. Social media was much stronger now, and they were not going to just sit back and take what was given to them. As a result, poor Big Dave was on the wrong side of the yes movement, and fans demanded that undersized, over-delivering father of the yes movement, Daniel Bryan, be given a world title shot. Fan backlash got so intense, WWE had no choice but to have Daniel Bryan beat Triple H in the opening match of WrestleMania 30. God, Triple H's entrance still gives me chills. And end the night by beating Randy Orton and Royal Rumble winner Batista in the WrestleMania 30 main event. Yeet. This was a truly special time during WWE where fans were able to get the company to cave to what they wanted. But in the end, Daniel Bryan got injured and things kind of went back to normal for a while. After Batista left the company, until of course he came back to say, "Give me what I want!" Fan backlash from the Yes movement transferred from Batista to Roman Reigns, who won his first and only Royal Rumble to date in 2015. Fans were furious as once again they wanted a returning Daniel Bryan to win the event. Even The Rock couldn't get the pissed-off Philadelphia crowd to cheer Roman Reigns, who went on to lose in the WrestleMania 31 main event. Reigns faced Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 31 that year in one of the most underrated WrestleMania main events in history. But Reigns didn't lose to Brock Lesnar. He lost to a smarmy Seth Rollins, who cashed in the Money in the Bank briefcase after 273 days.
With the title, he stole one! Rollins with the heist of the century! Brilliant!
To many, this is considered one of the greatest Money in the Bank cash-ins of all time. New Japan Pro Wrestling legend Shinsuke Nakamura arrived on the WWE main roster in 2017, and the very next year he won the 2018 Royal Rumble alongside fellow Japanese legend Asuka. Shinsuke went on to lose a disappointing quote-unquote dream match to AJ Styles, and Asuka lost her undefeated streak to Charlotte Flair. After seeing Charlotte Flair's entrance that night, I thought to myself, there's no way she's losing this match. And she didn't. After seeing Shinsuke Nakamura's entrance that night, I thought to myself, there's no way he's losing this match. But he did! This marked the first time the men's and women's Royal Rumble winners lost in their respective WrestleMania matches. And while Shinsuke Nakamura is still with WWE, to this day, he has yet to become a world champion on their main roster.
That one there was a violation. Personally, I wouldn't have it.
Edge went 0-2 in world title matches after Royal Rumble wins when he won the 2021 Royal Rumble from the #1 spot, only to lose to Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan in the WrestleMania 37 main event. In fact, here's a crazy stat for you. Men's Royal Rumble winners who won from the #1 spot are just 1-2 in the WrestleMania main events. And with the Tribal Chief finally catching fire, there's no way Edge was going to win this one. The next year, in 2022, Ronda Rousey returned to the 2022 Royal Rumble and won. Sadly, Rousey went on to lose to Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 38, and her WWE career was kind of an odyssey from that point on. At the same WrestleMania in 2022, Men's Royal Rumble winner Brock Lesnar lost in an uninspiring main event to Roman Reigns, who went on to win the undisputed Universal WWE Championship, a title that Reigns still holds to this day. But please let it end soon. And finally, my man Cody Rhodes, let's go Cody, won last year's Royal Rumble and was set up to finish his story by beating Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, a decision that I still think was a mistake. And with The Rock coming back, Rhodes might have to hold on to his story for dear life. Rhodes remains WWE's top babyface, and however much time he needs to finish his story, he can take. Hopefully WWE doesn't drag its feet too long. Let's go, Cody! Yeet! Check out this video of the most important Royal Rumble moments and subscribe. Will the winner of the men's or women's Royal Rumble go on to become one of the biggest losers at WrestleMania 40? Tell me in the comments!